Hey, for this little video, I'll show you what happens when some guys do a field repair, or maybe you do a field repair and your boat's still leaking a little bit and you can't really figure out why. So I'm using a little soap, dish soap here, but you can use pretty much any soap as long as when you spray the affected area or suspected area, that soap will create bubbles when air pushes through it. And you just watch for an area to develop bubbles after you've sprayed it. And the longer you sit here and wait, you'll see those air bubbles creating a chain reaction. And there you go, you've identified an area of leakage. The best way to repair that is to deflate both sides of the tubes. Make sure the valve is in the open position so airflow exchange can happen through that air valve, and it doesn't force small microscopic bubbles to develop in your patch material, i.e. your aqua seal or conventional patch. Because this particular one is such a sloppy unknown glue, I'm going to clean it, dry it, and put some aqua seal around that whole edge and let it dry overnight, and then it should be good to go as long as that air valve is in the open position on both sides. Push and turn. Alright, let's say we still can't find a leak in the tube, but you know you got a slow leak. Could be this valve is loose, or any valve is loose, and the way to check that is, there you go. A little water and soap, and you found your air leak. To correct that within seconds, fit your air valve wrench snug that air valve and give it another try. There you go, we've corrected that. Stop the air leak. In this segment we're trying to identify where the leak is in the floor that's allowing water to seep up over the subfloor and the inflatable floor. Usually the first culprit is a loose bail hole cap. So you have to go through each one around the raft and make sure that they're seated properly and screwed down tightly. And if they all are super hand tight and you're still getting water coming in up over the subfloor, you probably have an abrasion scar or a leak in your subfloor. And I'll show you how to repair those real quickly. Alright, we've found a little abrasion scar that was basically a see-through hole, and that was where the water was coming in up over the floor, and it just seeps in over time. So what I've got here is a little flex tape. I've cut the corners so that they don't come up and catch your inflatable floor, but you're looking at the inside, not the outside or the underneath side, the inside of the subfloor that's attached to the raft. If that is indeed where your hole is, just use flex tape and cover that up. And then when you put the inflatable floor back in, the pressure from that floor is pressing down on this patch, and there's no way that water is going to seep through that, and you've effectively stopped any water leaks. And if you were to put this underneath on the bottom side of the raft as you drag across shoals, riffles and such, that patch can very well get ripped off and your problem does not go away. So repairing it from the inside underneath the inflatable floor stops the leaking, the seeping from the water surface.